Ace on Knives. You got Rich here. AOK product reviews. Sativian Week. ST139. 14C 28N steel. Micarta. Bearings. I think this is going to be one of my favorites on Sativian Week. I think it's going to be up there. Yeah. So, I was just telling a little story, about me working for Sativian in China. I got the corner office next to Reggie. Reggie's the CEO. He carries the CEO warrior right there. Yeah. So Billy, if you don't know Billy brings me the knives from the engineering department. And he goes, Mr. Ace. Let me bring you ST139. I'm like, all right, Billy, thank you, man. Oh, and he goes, can I watch? I'm like, sure can, buddy. What do you want? You want a cup of coffee? Because, in my office, I overlook China in my office. And I've got a coffee bar. Yeah. And I've got, it looks similar to this. So I've got my bottles of booze. In China, I keep a lot of sake because they like sake in China. So I'll keep a lot of sake. And then I keep a lot of bourbon for myself. Yeah, got to keep a little bourbon. And then, of course, it's really tough. But in China, I'm the only guy who has Busch Light in his mini fridge. Yeah, Busch Light. And all my Sativian buddies love coming to the office after hours and drinking a Busch Light with me before I go home. Yeah. And when I say home, I got this really killer condo in China that my wife, she's there with all of our animals and stuff, and it's got a little backyard thing and everything. Yeah. And she waits for me, and she's, and then when I go home and we go do takeout, because, man, doing takeout in China is a whole nother level, I gotta believe. All right, enough about that crap. So he go, Mr. Ace, ST139. And I go, ooh, Billy. I am like, what did you bring me? What did you guys do down there, Billy? He thinks I'm mad. Yeah, because they don't understand American sarcasm. They still have troubles with it. I would too. Their language is tough, and so is ours. I don't speak a lick of Chinese, and they don't speak they do speak English because they're smarter than us. All right, so this knife has got the best micarta I've seen on a Sativian yet. I like it. Okay, so bearings, micarta, not a deep carry clip, but a cool looking clip, right? ST139. Okay, I thought I'd never be this guy. When I open a flipper knife, decent action, center it up. When I open a flipper knife, I hold it like this. See where my finger is right here? That's sharp. And I never thought that was a thing. I always thought when those knife guys say that, see how these are rounded? I thought, those guys are babies. They're right. That hurts. Look, there's a dent in my finger. And I wasn't even pushing that hard. Look, so I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to get a dent in my finger every time I go to flip this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this clip off. I'm going to grind it down so that it's more rounded. I'm going to take that tip off of there, but still leave the little swoop so it can catch and go into my pocket good. And hopefully that'll work because I like this knife. This drop point, stone wash, black stone wash is really pretty. It's really nice. Let's put it up next to a parrot or a penguin. Yeah, so it's a little bit taller than the penguin. Yep. And then let's put the Rat 1. Everybody's got a Rat 1. Ontario Rat 1. Yeah. So the Rat 1's at least an inch bigger. So I like this. I don't like big knives. I'm not a huge fan of the Rat 1, actually. It's probably a little too big. I'm getting used to it, though. Good access to this liner lock. You know, you gotta, I'll have to oil it a little, maybe tweak this up a little, but I don't know. I don't want to mess with that centering. Okay, so now Billy was watching, and he's like, oh, you know, like? And I go, yeah, Billy, I do like the knife. I like it a lot. He goes, why you look sad? I go, pocket clip. Gotta get rid of that pocket clip, Billy. Oh, I will do. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it, Billy. I'm going down into the engineering room. They got a little grinder down there, and they got everything. And I'll go down there and I'll put on my lab coat and my protective eyewear, and I will go to town on it. And then they all gather around. And I'm big. I'm 6 foot, 270, and these little dudes are small dudes. Yeah. And they're all standing around me at the grinder, and they're like, you'd think magic's happening. They just made this, right? Get this. They just made this really nice knife. I really like it. I'm going to go grind the nub off of this, and they're going to think I was the next coming of something big. Yeah. Did I say 14C 28-inch steel on this? Well, it is. Yeah, guys. So now I got to name it. This is a tough one because and I'm going to name it down in the engineering room. After I grind the clip and buff it and make it nice and it's nice and rounded, and now I go like this and I go, oh yeah. And they're going to go, ah, Mr. Ace like knife now. Yeah. And I'm going to go, now I got to name this thing, man. What am I going to name it? Because it's so nice finger choil. Really. I wish the jimping went further, like to right about there. That'd be really nice. That would make sense. Guys, this is a really, they say ergonomics a lot in those knife reviews, those fancy guys. And this does have really good ergonomics. Nice spine on the back of that blade. I mean, it's good. I'm going to call it the Worker. And it's still kind of classy, but I'm going to call it the Worker. Yeah, guys. So I got the Worker. Now, who gets the Worker? Reggie, the CEO, has the CEO Warrior. I got the Dragon because I'm the Dragon. Billy, he's carrying the Spirit. I named that the Spirit because he's the spirit of the company, really. And he likes pretty little knives because he's a LGBTQ Chinese dude, man. Yeah, they got those guys. We got them. They got them. Everybody's got them because they're great dudes. They're dudes, just like everybody else. They're awesome people. Yeah, I'm LGBTQ friendly. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. Now, enough about that crap. It's not crap, but enough about that. This is the Worker. So there's this one dude, and I call her a dude, and she doesn't like that. But she's the hardest worker in the whole factory. I don't know how to pronounce her name. So I call her Sue. What are you going to do? Sue? Yeah. So she gets Sue. That's her name. That's her nickname. American name Sue for I don't know how to pronounce her name. She gets the Worker. And she's a little tiny Chinese lady, right? And look how much bigger her knife is going to be than mine. We're going to the karaoke bars, and she's going to be, man, she's beefy. She's got a beefy knife, and she's just a little skinny Chinese lady. Yeah. She gets the Worker. Sue does. All right. So now we got 4 people going to the karaoke bar later. I got my Dragon. Reggie, the CEO's got his. Billy's got his. Billy's my little Billy, Chinese Billy. He's my best buddy out there. Yeah, he's got this. I like Billy. And he goes, And now I named it, the worker. And they're all standing around. I go, Sue, this is for you. Sue. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Days. Thank you very much. And she's got a really nice voice. She's a sweetheart. But when they ring that the work bell, ding, she's at it. Putting the blades together. She's a maniac. Yep. Sue's going to the karaoke bar with us. And that's what she's carrying. Deuces.